Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is November 1st, 2023. Just want to say congratulations to everyone who betted on the Texas Rangers to win today and defeat the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-1 on George Bush's 119th day of his age, like we said in the last live stream. So congratulations to all the Patreons and congratulations to the people on YouTube because I put out that video for free. And the Texas Rangers were the underdogs when the video came out. I think before game time, it went to even. But hopefully you guys caught it at the underdog price and was able to cash in. It's not really much I have to say because I've already said everything in my last live stream. What we didn't do in the last live stream was I didn't have the call in because I did that video like at 3 in the morning. So in this stream, if you guys want to call in and talk about the World Series, talk about anything else, the line is open, 646-986-0958. I'm just going to go through it real quick. I already spoke about this while we had the Texas Rangers winning today on November 1st. It has everything to do with September 11th, with the 43rd President of the United States, George Bush, who threw the first pitch of the World Series this year, like how he did in 2001 when the World Trade Center came down. And, of course, the World Trade Center came down on 11/9, September 11th. And this is why they're paying tribute to that event in the 119th World Series. But like we said, George Bush, who's 77 years old right now, big number because it was Flight 77 that hit the 77-foot Pentagon on the 77th meridian 77 minutes after takeoff. And how perfect for him to be 77 right now during the 119th World Series. But if you remember what 77 represents in Gematria, when you write out September 11th, when you write it out as a word, it equals 77. When you write out World Trade Center in Gematria, it equals 77. If you write out Secret Society, it equals 77. Rosicrucian equals 77. And if you look at the number 77, doesn't that look like two buildings, like the towers? Kind of does. So if you guys are new here, I doubt it, but in case you guys are new here, Gematria is the simple practice of coding numbers into words. And if you understand the simple practice, you're going to see what's going on in sports, news, media, you name it. Notice when you write out September 11th, it has Gematria of 77, and it also has Gematria of 85, just like World Trade Center. Actually, World Trade Center is not 85, but it is 77, right? I think Secret Society has the 85 in it. But the number we want to focus on is the number 77, the number in the dark blue, because that was the big number during 9/11. And think about it. George Bush right now, he's 77 years old. So they had this big tribute in the World Series, a tribute to the World Trade Center. And I'm not sure if Derek still has this. He had a meme page back in the day. I think he changed it because he changed the website. But he had a page where you can see, he had a little link where you can click on me. He had a meme where that shows all the 77s in September 11th. Let's see if I think I might have it in my blog. Let me just see real quick. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think I have that anymore. I should have copied and pasted. Damn. But yeah. And look at this. I'm just looking back at my post. Look at this. So think about this, you guys. Before 9/11, think about the two teams that was in the World Series. It was the Yankees and the Mets. So they had the two New York teams in the World Series before New York was going to get bombed on 9/11, right? And you guys remember this photograph? Derek Jeter told the president, "Don't bounce it, they'll boo you." And then, of course, this year he told him the same thing, but he said, if you bounce it in Texas, they're not going to boo you. I'll show you guys that video clip. But the significance of that phrase, "Don't bounce it, they'll boo you," it's because it has gematria of 110. Don't bounce it, they'll boo you. And of course, the Twin Towers, each building was 110 floors tall. 110. You see? So everything these people say and do, and all the headlines that come out, all this stuff it's all ritualistic, right? And remember, when the Yankees played the Mets in the World Series, they called it the Subway Series, right? Because you had to take the 4 train to the 7 train, or the 7 train to the 4 train to get to the stadium. If you're from New York City, then you know all about that. But just think about the number 74 and 47. Think about how important that is. Right, the 4 train to the 7 train. But notice when you write out Subway Series, it has matching gematria with Twin Towers, right? It equals 166 and 49. And of course, Subway Series is also 77. See how they do it? And also, notice the name Derek Jeter. It has that 47 in it. The 4 train to the 7 train. And look at this. Derek Jeter, who was a big part of that ritual, he was born June 26, and 9/11 happened 77 days after his birthday. They love that number. That number was huge during 9/11. Huge. And again, the name Jeter, Subway Series, World Trade Center, September 11th, they all equate to 77. Like how George Bush is 77 years old right now. And of course, they took down the towers 320 days after the conclusion of the Subway Series, the Roman Catholic Church number. And if you guys notice, the Yankees beat the Mets 4-1, just like how the Texas Rangers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-1, and that's because USA equals 41, Skull and Bones equals 41, and of course 9/11 happened on the day with 41 numerology, 9/11/2001. All right, so they've been doing these tributes in baseball with 9/11 for a long time, right? And don't even get me started with the 68s, right? Because that was the year, 1968, that was the year that George Bush graduated from Yale University, the year that the Twin Towers construction began, and also the year that 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. And if you notice, the Mets that year, the year they went to the World Series, they lost 68 games. And of course, Bruce Bochy, the manager of the Texas Rangers, guess how old he is right now? He's 68 years old. How about that? And of course, championship equals 68 as well. The word terror, CIA, all 68 terms. And of course, look at this. The Yankees won the World Series 211 days into the season, the 47th prime number. The season began on March 29th. But let me see. I don't know if I have an article that shows it. I think you can look at that. You can look that up. When was the 2000? When did the 2000 MLB season begin? And I'm pretty sure it began on March 29th. That's what I have. That's why I have it up here. And it concluded on October 26th. 211 days later. The 47th prime, of course, Derek Jeter equals 47, like we said. Right? So those are some of the things that we pointed out before with 9/11. And 9/11 was huge. Again, Al-Qaeda equals 41 as well. Al-Qaeda. Remember, they blamed the towers, the attacks on Al-Qaeda. And so does Saudi Arabia. It has gematria 41. And of course, Osama bin Laden, born on March 10th in the year 57, which is funny. The World Trade Center came down on his 185 days after his 44th birthday. And notice World Trade Center equals 185 and 77. 185 is also an important number to mathematics. Catholicism equals 185. And how convenient for them to think about this. From the day that Obama took office, he took office on January 20th, 2009. From the day he took office to the day that they killed Osama bin Laden, they killed him on May 2nd. in the year 11. Right, that was the year that the Rangers, the last time the Rangers were in the World Series, the year that they killed Osama bin Laden. But from the day that Osama took office to the day that they killed Osama bin Laden, it was 119 weeks later. And here we are in the 119th World Series, paying tribute to that terrible event that killed so many people. Isn't that amazing? And I made a video a few years ago, just pointing out the similarities between Osama and Obama. I don't know. What do you guys think? This whole time we was looking for a guy in a cave, and he probably was staring at us from the stage. I mean, just the way they hold the microphone is very similar. Their noses is a lot similar. A lot of people say that I'm bugging when I was comparing them, but I thought I was. What I was saying is I thought there was the same. These two people are the same person, but a lot of people they disagreed. But stuff like this was just making me think, like, man, the fact that President and Osama bin Laden has matching gematria is just, it was suspicious to me. So fast forward to, what was this, 2021 that I made this post. And I mean, just look at these images for a second, right? World Series, they're paying tribute to this. This is how sick sports is, whether you want to believe it or not. If you're a person at home that thinks the games are not scripted, even though we are making predictions in advance and calling it before the games are played, whatever, man. If you want to believe that all this stuff is organic and all this stuff is just a coincidence, whatever, man. Please just leave my channel and go do something else, man. All right? But just think about it for a second. For those of you who have a brain, think about how sick this stuff is. Look at what they're paying tribute to, right? A lot of people say that nobody died during this event, that, there was nobody inside the buildings. But, man, listen, man, there is no way you bring down these two buildings unexpectedly and nobody gets hurt. There's no way. There was a lot of people down there when this went down. This is Manhattan. There's always people in Manhattan. How do you bring two buildings down and nobody gets hurt from that? It's impossible. Even the smoke is hazardous to people's health. People died during 9/11, okay? There's no doubt about it. And again, this is what they're paying tribute to. This is what they're celebrating in the World Series. This is what they're jumping up and down in connection to. This. You're trying to tell me with all of this smoke? I mean, just look at this. Look at this photograph. How is it that this is not supposed to be affecting anybody in that area? Of course it is. Of course it is. I'm pretty sure there's still people who suffer from lung problems because of this. All the people that live in these areas right here. Come on, man. And all this stuff is unnecessary. This didn't have to happen. It's just crazy. And you got these actors right here on one knee. All this Masonic symbolism. This guy with the fake tears. These people are agents right here. I'm convinced, because whoever took this photograph, they wanted to capture the 261. All right, that's what you guys have to stop ignoring. It's the stuff that they put in plain sight. This 261 here, because look what Osama bin Laden's full name equals in gematria, using the alphabetical order. He has a long name. Osama bin Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden. It's 261. So how convenient for them to have a truck with that number at the scene while the buildings is coming down. Come on. And notice when you write out the United States of America, is also 261 as well. All right, so going back to what we were saying last night in the live stream, George Bush, 77-year-old, born July 6th, from his birthday to today. Today was his 119th of his age. This is the year of the 119th World Series, and it ends on 11/1, like how September 11th leaves 111 days left in the year, and like how New York in gematria equals 111. And of course, today is November 1st, right? 11/1. And you guys saw the box score. The Rangers won 5-0. All Right? What does America equal? 50. How many states are in America? 50. This is what I was saying last night. If you are able to solve what the ritual is, you're going to get the games correct. If you don't solve what the ritual is, you're going to get the games incorrect. When I picked the Phillies to win the World Series this year, that was because I did not solve what the ritual was. I was still trying to figure it all out. I had no idea that they was paying tribute to Bush until the World Series began. And that's when I made this video right here. The 119th World Series is a tribute to terrorism. This was 7 days ago. This was before Game 1. I'm a little upset that I didn't figure it out, but it's not easy. This stuff is not easy to figure it out. But once you do, videos like this will get made, or we get stuff correct. All right, so I don't want to talk you guys to death. I already mentioned most of this stuff in my last live stream. If you guys want to call in, the line is open now, 646-986-0958. If you don't want to call in, you don't have to. Again, just know that I'm happy that if you guys made some money from this, but just know that this stuff is really disturbing, and I don't know when people are gonna decide that enough is enough. And something I heard George Bush say in his interview with Derek Jeter, he said, in 2001, he was wearing a bulletproof vest. But he said it didn't matter now. So that's why he didn't have one on now. I'm like, wow, what does that mean? Hello? Wait 1 second. Let me just get you on. All right, how you doing, man? Thank you for the call.
I'm good. How you doing? I was just, after they had won the Rangers had won the World Series, they were talking about the team that the Rangers were... So the Washington Senators was an expansion team that started in 1961. That team played for 10 years, and then they moved to Dallas to become the Rangers. They were talking to one of the pitching coaches for the Rangers, and his name was Mike Maddox. They were saying, oh, he was born in 61, and he was trying to think, born in 61. He was. And obviously that team moved to Texas, and he happened to be there for the first World Series for the Rangers. So he was linked to the Rangers, moving. Obviously, he was born, like I said, 61, and they moved to the Rangers, and then he happened to be there for the first World Series for the Rangers. So he was born the year that team became a thing, and that's what they were saying on the broadcast.
Wow.
So they just happened to talk to him. But he's not the head coach. And I'm trying to think of what else I heard. Well, another thing I saw was the Corey Seager that won. He won the MVP. He was on the Dodgers that won it in 2020, and he won the MVP then. They played that World Series in the Rangers Stadium before the Globe Life Stadium, where they used to play. And he just happened to win it that year. And this is his first year on the Rangers, and he won it the first year for the Rangers too. So he played in their stadium, and then now he plays for the Rangers, and he won the World Series MVP again.
All right. I appreciate that. You have anything else?
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. That might be it that's all I have for now. But yeah, that's what I noticed that right before you went live when I was watching the broadcast, so I had to get on there and let you know.
I appreciate that.
No problem, man.
All right. Anybody else wants to call in? The line is open, 646-986-0958. Yeah. This guy on the chat, his name is Eric Dilly. Man, this guy, man, he says synchronicities are not proof of conspiracy. Wow. I mean, that goes to show you that there's still a lot of brain dead people out there, right? Synchronicity is not proof of a conspiracy, even though it happens over and over and over and over and over and over again, the same patterns. What do you call that? Damn, these people are dumb. That's the way the world works. I hope that's him. Hello?
Yeah, man, I just want to say that I really love the channel and keep it up, boss.
I appreciate it. Did you take advantage of the video that we did last night?
Yes, man, I did, man. I done cashed out, made some money, and, just keep it up, boss.
Appreciate that, man. Don't spend it all in one place.
For sure.
All right. Hello?
Hey, Arthur.
How you doing?
Hi.
You're
Hey,
on
can you
live.
Hello, everybody.
Huh.
Can you type something in for me?
Type something in.
Yeah, on the calculator. And save it, because I want you to see it all together.
Okay.
Okay? First, put in WTC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Save that. Next, put in 119.
Mm-hmm.
Save that. Next, put in 119 TH.
Okay.
Next, put in 119 THWS for World Series, but just put WS.
Okay.
And look at that all together.
What am I looking at?
Can you put it up on the screen so I can see it?
I did.
Oh, maybe I'm behind you. Hold on. Oh, okay. Nope. Hold on. I don't see it. Okay. Nope. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, WTC. Oh, I know what it is. It's blocking because I got it on pause. Okay, so look at WTC.
Okay.
It says 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so WTC is the World Trade Center, obviously, and that's connected to Bush, and Bush used to own the Texas Rangers, so you put Rangers with Bush, so that gets you your 1-0. So the Rangers won the first game, okay? 1-0. 119 equals 11. Did you put 119 up there?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see it. So 119 equals 11. So that brings in the Diamondbacks going and tying it 1-1. Got it? And then
Well, it
1-1
makes sense for the series to start 1-1 because of all the 11s that they was playing.
Exactly. Right. And the 11 looks like, two towers. So you got an 11, and then 119 TH is 21. So you got the Rangers back up 2-1. 119 THWS is 3-1. You got the Rangers up 3-1. That's crazy, isn't it? And then, of course, we talked about this same prop is 41. And Arizona lose 119 equals 41, and then all the 41s that you know. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, it makes.
Besides the numbers, how you feel about them, like what they're doing, like how they're mocking the humanity? How you feel about that?
Disgusting. I think it's disgusting. It's evil. It's demonic. I think it's definitely magic spell casting, and they're just basically, everybody goes to work. You get taxed on your money, and then whatever's left, you get taxed when you spend it, and then people think, okay, I want to make some extra money, I'll bet. But they don't know this is going on, so they get emotional and bet on, emotion, and then they lose more money. I think it's disgusting. I think it's evil, and I wish more people understood it and knew about it, so you could either spread the word or you could make some money off them for a change, because I assure you they're making billions off of you, meaning you, anybody, the people,
Right. It is disgusting because besides what they're doing to the fans, just think about the people that they've killed, and it just just like they're laughing at the families.
Yeah, and I just want to say, and this is no lie, I was there during 9/11. I was right up the road. And my brother-in-law was one of the first firemen to go into that building. And I assure you, people died. So this crap about nobody died is nonsense. People died, but they don't care because this was a sacrifice.
It doesn't make sense for people to say that because, I mean, did you see those photographs? I mean, how can you say people didn't get hurt? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I can't prove it, but I think the guy out the window that looked like the hangman, I think that was photoshopped. I really do.
Okay.
But people died in that building because my doctor was one of the doctors that went to those buildings. So people died, and lots of people died. The number may be off because they're doing a ritual with the number, but loads of people died. So it's nonsense to say nobody died. That's just lack of information, because that's crazy. People really did die. But, you know, their motto is the ends justify the means. So they got to do what they got to do in their mind. And if that's a sacrifice for the New World Order, and it's also about the transgender movement because they're taking two towers into one. That's why now it's the One Freedom Tower. They're taking males and females and they're combining them into one with this androgynous religious movement by the Hamitic Jews. That's exactly what's going on. I know everybody's into the Jesuits, and I get that. But remember, the Pope wears a beanie. You know, he answers to these Hamitic Jews. And I'm not saying that he's not in on it. Of course they are. They're one big club. Zionism, Judaism, or at least the Hamitic Jews, Judaism, Zionists, the Catholic Church, they're all in the same club. You know, it's just like Skull and Bones. There's different names, different labels, but they're all in the same group. And that group, we're not a part of. So, and I just think you did excellent work. Excellent work, Arthur. You should be very proud of yourself.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'll get off for somebody else to call, but good work, Arthur. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally agree with her. It's silly. It's very silly to think that nobody died. Somebody's FaceTiming me. Yeah, I agree with her. I think it's silly to say that nobody died during 9/11. Come on, that is just foolish. But yeah. So the line is open if anybody else wants to call in. Otherwise, we can probably end it. Like I said, I'm happy that you guys made money out of this. Show some support. Show the Patreon some support. Don't keep all the money for yourself. But it's unfortunate that we haven't done anything about it 22 years later. I went down there. I met up with the community last September 11th, and we was trying. We was trying to wake the masses up. We was down there. You guys saw the videos. I woke up really early that day. I spent about 10 hours down there. I think I got there like at 5 in the morning. I left like at 4 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon. I was there for a long time. We need to do more of that, though. Just doing it once a year, I don't think it's enough. Think about it. Why is George Bush going to a baseball game? This man should not even be. This man shouldn't even exist. He should be in prison. He should. I mean, he's from Texas. He should get a death penalty, to be honest, for what he's done. Even though his crimes were committed in New York, but he killed a lot of people. Him and others as well, not just him. Hello?
Hello, Arthur, you live?
Yes.
What's up, Arthur? You remember me, right?
No. What is your name?
My name's Jason. I'm the one that told you about the Jewish with the Dick Buckets thing a few weeks ago. I called you a few times, talked to you a few times.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I just had some stats. First, I want to say congrats. Obviously, I had the Rangers tonight as well, just like you. Like I said, they came through and won. But there's some crazy things lining up with them winning For instance, first off, I want to start with Bruce Bochy from his last World Series that ended on the same day today, November 1st, 2011 to today is exactly 156 months apart. And, 9/11 is the
Wow,
150th.
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Why you didn't call me about that and tell me about that? That was nice.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said you should have called me and told me of that one.
Well, I texted you the other day, and I told you I wanted to talk, and you said later, and you never told me in time to call, and nothing like that. I try to talk to you, man. I try to give you information. I'm not trying to be pushy and needy and, trying to bug you all the time, but...
Okay, so let me just look that up. So the last time he won the World Series, what year was that?
No. The last time he was in the World Series in 2011, they had lost to the Cardinals when he played for... the Giants. Last time he was in the World Series.
Okay. Okay, I do remember
what
that.
year was that?
That was 2011.
Right. Now...
Yeah, but it says here that it ended on October 28th.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, it says that the World Series that year went 7 games and it ended on October 28th.
Was that 2011?
Yes.
It might have been because that was the year the Cardinals won. They beat the Rangers. It might have been the year. It was the year he was with the Giants.
That was the last time. That was the last time that that the Rangers were in the World Series. Are you saying that
No. The last time Bruce Bochy, the manager.
Oh, okay. So what was the team that he was with?
I think he was with the Giants. I think that's when he was with the Giants. It might have been 2010 or 2012. I can't remember.
All right, let's figure this out. Cause that's a great observation. Cause that is
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. So Giants. So we'll look up Giants World Series.
And they ended the World Series on the same date, November 1st.
That's nice. So the Giants World Series. So let's see. Um, 2014.
Was it 2014? I have the picture on my phone. I could definitely look at it. You would have to give me a second.
Yeah, 2014. The Giants beat the Royals.
Okay, and did it end on November 1st?
No, it ended on October 29th.
Man, what year was that? I can't remember the damn year. One of the years the World Series ended. Just give me a few seconds. I'm going to look at this real quick, all right?
Maybe it was 2012.
Let me take a quick look. Hold on.
No, it wasn't 2012 either. 2010?
I have it right here, and it's pretty fucking crazy.
Okay, so it was 2010.
2010. That's it.
Yes, and they beat the Rangers.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so let's see. So from November 1st, 2010. Oh my gosh, 156 months. Wow.
That's it.
Wow, amazing. That is great. That is a great observation.
Okay, now, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. You give me the answer, and then I'm going to connect it to well. The number of planes that crashed, what do they add up to for 9/11?
The number of planes that crashed.
You know the numbers on 9/11, the planes that crashed?
1, 2, and 7?
No. Those are the buildings that got hit.
Yeah.
The planes, 77, 157. Anyways, long story short, Zach talks about it a lot. They add up to 263. And guess how many home runs the Rangers hit this year?
56? No.
No.
Oh, during the whole year?
The whole year, they hit 263 home runs.
The 56 prime.
Correct. But like I said, if you add up all the planes on 9/11, they all add up to 263.
Oh, you mean like Flight 77 and then the other flights?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Add up the number of the flight,
Oh, okay. I thought you said how many planes. I'm like, how many planes?
Yeah. No. The number of the flights. Yeah, 263, and the Rangers hit 263 home runs this season. And guess how much the Diamondbacks hit this year?
I'm gonna say 201.
That was a really good guess, but no, they actually hit 187 home runs this year, and George W. Bush is born on the 187th day.
And Society of Jesus is 56 and 187.
Right. So, like I said, there was a huge connection with the home runs. When I seen that, I didn't think the Diamondbacks would homer at all today. And then coming into the game, the Rangers were on 262 home runs. And then, of course, Simeon hit the home run in the 8th to give him the 263rd home run.
And they all this while he's 68 years old. Isn't that something?
Yep, and Bucci, 68. He just gave the AL the 68th series win in the World Series all time.
Yeah, that was the one thing that could have counted the 52.
Yep. And then if you, to connect to Corey Seager, Corey Seager just got that MVP. If you look up his full name, full reduction equals 58, just like George W. Bush, 58. And I'll tell you one more thing that's going to probably blow your mind. From 9/11 this year, the 22-year anniversary, till today is exactly 52 days. Texas Rangers 52.
Huh.
So it's 52 days after 9/11, and it's 111 days after George W. Bush's birthday. What are the odds?
And president is 52.
What are the odds? Yeah, exactly. And like I was telling my friends, 51 was a big year with the Diamondbacks when they won it in 2001. Randy Johnson hit that bird. He wore the number 51 that year. 51. There was 51 total points in the World Series in 2001. So the National League, they stayed on 51 World Series wins.
Stuff is crazy. And I think he picked up his 57th postseason win as well.
Yeah, Bucci. Yeah, he picked up his 57th.
The World Series number.
Right, and think about this. He stayed on 37. Rangers is 37. Now think about this. The Texas State's birthday is 12/29, right? December 29th.
The 201st prime?
Correct, yeah, but from their birthday last year, because it hasn't came up this year yet, from their birthday last year to today is 307 days, and 307 is the 63rd prime, and the Rangers are in their 63rd season. And like I said, Rangers is 37. So they won it on the 307th day of the state's age in their 63rd season. And Major League Baseball, 63, baseball, 63.
Do you know when the parade is going to be?
I would probably take it on Bucci's 201st day.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Probably Friday. It's probably going to be Friday, yeah.
But the thing is, today, Thursday, is the 201st day of his age, but Friday will be 201 days after his birthday. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe the parade will be on Friday.
Yeah, well, today is 199 from his last birthday.
No. Because today, it's already Thursday where I'm at. So.
Oh, okay. Where I'm at, it's still 11 o'clock, so it's not Thursday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because right now I'm looking at the screen. It's already 200 days after his birthday. It's past 12 here.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
Thursday will be his 201st day of his age, and Friday will be 201 days after his birthday. So they can have the parade either Thursday or Friday. I think Friday will make more sense, right?
Yep. And then also, this was all more information I was trying to tell you before tonight's game. Guess how old the Arizona State is? They're 111 years old. 111.
Yo,
they just.
No, that shit is crazy, man.
Yeah, look it up. Look up how old Arizona the State is. They are exactly 111 years old. And of course, they're in the World Series, connected to 9/11, New York 9/11, New York 111. So they just ended the World Series on 11/1.
Arizona State was. It says, I put Arizona State University. So Arizona.
Just look up
1912.
Yep, 1912, and just subtract that by 2023. You're gonna get.
Yep, it's
111. Yep.
111.
So think about that. I mean, it's a big fucking connection. I mean, this shit goes back a long trail. They had this shit planned for a long time.
For a long time. And to on Friday will be the 263 days after their anniversary.
Exactly, and that's why I was scared, because I was like, I could go to fucking Game 6 or Game 7, that 263, and then Arizona would be 111 years old and 263, and like I said, the planes add up to 263. I'm like, that'd be nasty.
Yeah, but I think it wouldn't be scripted around Arizona. If anything, it would be scripted around Texas.
Right, exactly, yeah. No, like I said, it was the Diamondbacks definitely had a narrative, and it was definitely hard. Like I said, I originally had the Rangers in 6. Then I seen, like you said, you seen Bush say that, and I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Then
Yeah,
I was
that's not
like,
gonna happen. Once they say it's just not gonna happen.
And then I seen, I was thinking, I was like, man, Diamondbacks have a really good narrative to winning 7, just like they did in 2001. And then I seen that the Rangers were undefeated on the away games before the World Series even started. They were talking about it, but they weren't putting it on the screen every time, you know. But I knew. Oh, think about this also. The Rangers just went 11-0 away
On the road.
Exactly.
And they became 11-0 after scoring first.
Exactly. And guess how many stories in the World Trade Center? 110.
110. And you remember what Derek Jeter told President Bush in 2001? He says, "Don't bounce it, they'll boo you."
Yep.
Which equals 110.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, he brought it up this year again. They brought that phrase up again.
And then also, if you were watching the game, I have a screenshot of it. Evaldi on the Rangers, the pitchers, you know that he pitched 6-7 innings, whatever it is, the Rangers pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they put up the stat, they put up a stat saying that he was 10-1 in his starts in the postseason. And guess what? They just came 11-1
on November 1st.
Exactly.
I knew the Texas Rangers was gonna win once I saw how many. Because if you saw the game, the Arizona Diamondbacks, they kept getting on base, right? They kept having the bases loaded and not scoring.
Yep.
That's just a mess. Fuck with the fans.
Yep, Zach Gallen was pitching like a god, and then next thing you know, the Diamondbacks couldn't score a run when they had a player in
players
scoring
on
position.
Scoring position. Yep, that's what they do.
They couldn't score. They couldn't score a run. Couldn't do it. Now, next thing you know, right after they showed that stat about Evaldi becoming 11-1, next thing you know, now the game flipped on his head. Now the Rangers are scoring runs.
It's just so scripted, man, and it's so obvious. It's so obvious.
Yep, and then. Even, like I said, Seager, man. Like I said, they scored with just 5-0. He was number 5. The World Series started, like I said, George Bush was born on the 187th day of the year. You know, like 187, like the homicide code, whatever. Mm-hmm. But anyways, Corey Seager hit the home run in Game 1. That was his 187th home run of his career. And then he did it again 2 days later on his 187th day of his age. So he had a major ritual with the 187 this whole series connected with Bush. But, man, it's like I said, this World Series was definitely a fun one, like I said, especially if you're on the right side of it. But it was definitely a little bit tricky at times.
Yeah, once the World Series started, it was obvious what was going to happen. It's just amazing how they do it, and it's just there's no doubt that this stuff it's not being altered. They're not changing any scripts. They made it real clear this year.
If you look on StatMuse, look at the Rangers' all-time record. They went into the World Series with 52 losses, 5,252 losses. Texas Rangers 52. Now they have 52-53 because they lost one game in the World Series. But if you look at their all-time record, including the postseason, they're 52-53 right now. But when they went into the World Series, they were 52-52.
Yeah, it's tough though. It's tough because they had narratives for. Because think about it, they scheduled it for on Philadelphia's birthday, and it's so many things before the World Series started. So many options that it's like they throw a lot of curveballs. It's just like to see if people fall for it because they know people are decoding this shit.
Yep. I'm about to head inside the house, Arthur. I'll let somebody else get on if they want to call in.
All right. Well, I appreciate you always, man.
I'll talk to you soon, man.
I appreciate you always. Thank you.
Yeah, just remember my name is Jason. Like I said, I'll talk to you soon. Like I said, I have no problem sharing information, talking to you, let you know things, anything,
Absolutely.
All right, take it easy. Good night.
You too. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, how you doing? Thanks for the call.
Hey, I'm fine. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I had to get you up. Yeah, this is Sherlock / Spy. How you doing?
Long time, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm gonna try to get in and get out. First of all, I'm gonna say I don't know why I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it to them. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers. I knew they were going to win it, and the reason why I knew that is because they took our narratives. The Orioles. If it wasn't going to be them, it was going to be us. It almost mirrored our narrative to the team. We both finished in last place. We both did a rebuild. We both got new managers. Well, our manager, he came in when the rebuild began. But I knew as soon as they signed Bochy last year, I already knew what he was. So, and Brooks Robinson said goodbye. Kyle Seager, he wears number 5. The final score of game 1 was 3-2. And he had the 5 right there on the field, paying homage to Brooks Robinson. He was a major part of it. If it would have been meant for us to win, because remember earlier this year we had that mass shooting. I think it was, how many people was it? Something like 40-some people. And I got my reservations about that. I don't think that was a real event, but that's neither here nor there.
But do you honestly
narrative.
think that in the 119th World Series had any other narrative besides George Bush and what happened today? It ending on the 119th day of his age?
No.
Do you really think there was any other possibility?
No, because after that, when you first did it, and I think what you said that after, you said that back in the LCS, right? About Bush. You
No, I said what I said about Bush was right before game 1.
Okay, yeah. Because it was the Astros series that was going on when you said it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and that's when it came to me. And I was like, because I knew they stole our narrative when they beat us and they swept us. I was like, yeah, because they kept reminding us that, Texas, they were in last place, and they came in, blah, 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 we won 101 games, and this and that. But we just swept. And I was like, I know we're better than them. But anyway, that is what it is. Remember the other night I told you about the 9 games in college, and we didn't have one in the NFL, but we had 9 games in college that the winning team scored 33 points. That has never happened ever in the history of college or pro football. 9 games. There were 2 games with ranked teams, and I think the rankings was 7 and 8, and no, it was 6 and 7, and 8 and 9. Texas, Oklahoma, and the other, I can't remember the other 2, but they finished with the exact same score. They played at the exact same time, finished almost at the exact same time, and they had the exact same score. Ain't that true? Ain't that down? Never happened. 33. That was a big number this weekend, man. 33.
That's always a big number.
Yeah, but why 9 games?
Well, the number 9 is very important too.
Yeah, but see, I think all that connects to how big the situation is overseas, with all these countries jumping in. You saw Yemen jump in and say, "I declare war on Israel." And now, I think Friday, Israel is meeting, and they're going to discuss what they're going to do about Yemen and about Hamas. And, I think something big is coming this weekend. I don't know what it is, but something's coming. Last thing, and this is the one that we might discuss. Last night you were talking about, you showed the video of Randy Johnson busting that bird wide open, right?
Yeah.
Now, that happened again, right? And do you remember when the planes crashed into the towers? What they kept supposed conspiracy theorists was asking?
No.
The big question was it really a plane? Because they recovered absolutely no plane part.
Yes. You're right. Well, that's what the conspiracy community was asking.
Exactly. Now, if I told you that they showed that with the bird exploding, that was the same technology that they used to cover up whatever that was that flew into the towers.
Okay.
Because when you go back and you play that video again, you will see these white squiggly lines coming through. And that's what they use to conduct their magic. Now, I mean, they had a hole up there that looked like a plane, but in the final analysis, and even at the Pentagon, they recovered no plane parts. The plane that crashed in Pennsylvania was just a hole, no plane parts. So what was it that, caused that destruction? We know.
Well, a lot of people say that there was bombs placed inside the building.
Yeah, it was. There was a documentary that was done, and they were talking to the owner of the buildings. I think his name was Silverman, and he basically admitted that we had some work done in the building, and then he uttered the words when they asked him about Building 7, the one behind it. He said, we had some difficulties, and we thought that the building would be damaged, so we decided to pull it. Now, pull it in construction means to drop it down the way they, normally would demolish a building. How did they drop that building down within an hour? You can't, man. I don't care what you do. You cannot set the building up to fall like that.
No, it's obvious. It's obvious it was a very orchestrated demolition.
Yeah, but Hollywood had a lot to do with it.
Well, I think so. I think the planes were definitely CGI. That's what a lot of people think was behind the birds.
Yeah, no doubt. Go back and watch that video again. You'll see the squiggly.
No, I think that's the only way. The only way that's possible if it's not a real bird. If it's some type of CGI or some type of robotic device, and I don't believe the robotic device too much. I do believe more of the CGI and the camera effect.
Yep, but not only that though. Magic, bro. And I'm not even gonna call it magic in the sense of the cat in the hat type thing. Our brain has a tendency to tell itself you didn't see what you saw. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though we saw that bird, we saw that fastball hit that bird, and the feathers come off of it, basically disintegrated the damn bird. But we did not see that. That's not what actually happened. And if it did actually happen, then that was the power of what's the word I'm thinking about? Like the in the air type of thing going on. It's like not necessarily magic. What's the word I'm looking for, bro?
Not sure.
Ritual. It's not a ritual. It's something. A spell. It's a spell. A spell that they've done that we see it, but we don't believe it. As many times as we rewinded the tape of the planes going through, I must have done it a gazillion times. Slowed it down, blew it up. And the closer it gets to the building, the more it doesn't look like, a plane. But you still can't.
No, I think that's obvious. They used no planes. I think I'm convinced.
Yeah, I definitely think that, because how can you not? And you were telling me a wing didn't fall off, a rudder didn't get put in, a wheel didn't. You know what I'm saying? No plane parts. They cannot explain that. 3 locations, no plane parts.
Yeah, but they supposedly found passports, but they ain't found no plane parts. It's just funny.
Yeah, and then of course, those planes were still in service. They felt that they actually had the paperwork for those planes were still in service. All 4 planes, just like when the Challenger exploded. You thought those guys was on the shuttle, right? No. Those guys had jobs and all that stuff after the fact. They really pulled the wool over out. And they think they get away with this type of stuff. But we are so weak in this country, man. I don't know what it is. We got to break the spell, man. We have to break the spell. And I think that they're doing it, man, because I'm finding more and more people disliking certain things, like the NFL. You know, I sit back, I've been watching football, bro, for 45 years. And it gets faker and faker the more I watch it. It's like,
Yep.
you know, just the situations and things like that.
And all these one hand catches now. It's like everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, but none of them don't have a glove on when they do it. Now I remember when John Stallworth was ripping off one-handers, and he ain't had no gloves on. You know, in the cold in Pittsburgh. So it's like, no. That's back when football was football. You know, they still might have been doing some nefarious stuff, but the product itself sold, and it looked like real football. It felt like real football. This spread offense thing, man, has just given them permission to look like crap. How you call the same 5 plays, man? Every team now is running the spread, right? And they all get down to inside the red zone. Just notice this. I got red zone TV, so I watch it all, man. They get down into the, inside the 20, and instead of spreading the formation out, they bunch it up. And they want to run the ball with a bunch up. I don't get it. I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, I can't believe you guys are, and sitting in the stands are looking at this and saying they are trying not to score. They only want this 3 points. You know what I'm saying? They only want this or that. They don't want the whole kit and caboodle. And it's just becoming like I turn off, I watch something else, man. You know? And then after that, sorry performance by the Raiders the other night, and they fired him. I don't know, there's got to be gematria on that. They fired him like as soon as they got off the plane at like 4 in the morning. But I don't know, man. I'm just sitting back, man. This is frustrating, man. Sitting back. I want this world to wake up, man. I mean, they're doing it. They're waking up. But in this country, it's a slow process, bro.
And isn't it crazy how it's so like you said, the process is so slow, even though everybody has a telephone and the internet and access to the internet.
And we all see the same stuff.
And we all see the same things, yep.
But again, their mind is so warped on what they've been taught and shown. They've never, took a step back and look at the bigger picture. They refuse to look at the bigger picture. Like, how is it that our president can continuously break? He's been breaking the law ever since he got in. Ever since the day he turned that pipeline off, the first day he was in office, he broke the law right there. And then selling the oil to China, leaving $80 million. How much was it? It was almost $1 billion, right? It was $1 billion worth of military equipment he left in Afghanistan. There's no excuse for that. He should have been impeached right then. You don't leave the enemy stuff like that. And then he let the people there. And so it's like they're doing these things, and there's no outcry. I don't know if they could do the same thing.
You know why? I think they get away with it because they keep people happy. They keep people, the supermarkets full. Keep people with all the material stuff that they like, the TV, the sports. As long as you give people that, people are not gonna do anything about anything.
The distraction.
Yeah, the distractions. Like,
and they'll fight.
I mean, just think about what they did. I don't want to say it because I can't talk about that, but think about what they did back in March of 2020. The only thing that they kept open was the supermarkets and and some of the gambling.
You got toilet paper.
Yeah, that. But as long as you give people that, they won't mind doing whatever you tell them to do.
Yeah, it's amazing to me, bro. And at least I want to learn. Remember when I talked to you about trying to learn it? At least I want to try to learn it, and I may not know it as deep as you guys know it, but when But when you're talking to me, I know the end result and the reasons why this, that, and that. You know, I try to talk to other people about stuff. You just get a blank, man. You get a blank. Now, they may know one or two things, but as you talk to them, the longer they talk, the more you know they know nothing.
Yep,
It's
right.
disappointing, man. It's like, God, it's like, do we really have a chance? Do we have a legitimate chance of defeating this? And I think not until the beginning prophecy is fulfilled. Then it's like, because we don't know how, if there's a ending past Revelation, we know that there is. There must be. But as man has it, we don't know the other side of what's going on, World War III or whatever. We don't know the other side of it. So who takes over? How is the world going to live? You can't tell me the earth is just going to be, that's it. You know what I mean? Is the earth just going to blow itself up? Or, you know what I'm saying? So
But you know what I think? I think people won't. I think the reason people don't want to go that route is because people don't know how to survive on their own. They're too used to going to the supermarkets for their food and going to their jobs for their money. It's just you want people to leave government and then survive on their own. They're not gonna want to. They're not willing to do that. People are not trying to go farming and they're not gonna do that.
Even though we all read the same good book, and we know that the lights are going to go off. We know all that. But you don't want to go and learn how to pick out, which plants are going to kill you if you eat it. You don't want to
People are too lazy for that. People are not going to want to do that. That's the only way we escape all this is we have to survive on our own.
Yeah. But if you see what these electronic companies got for us, man, I don't know how we gonna do it, bro. They got robots, man, that can run for I think the initial battery life is over a year, and then they can switch them into solar mode and keep them going. And these robots are indestructible. They blow them up, man, and they walked right out the damn thing. You're like, oh my goodness gracious. They got little robot dogs and stuff like that.
They have that here at Times Square. They have a robot police officer at the train stations.
So if you're a Charlie Dodge, you what? You're gonna run after you? and if you will not escape. You run home, and it runs home behind you.
Well, that's I think that's where they're headed sooner or later.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about. I want to ask. We should start asking like regular people out in the street. Is this what you want? Do you really want to? I mean, sit back and just don't blindly answer the question. Take a minute or two to absorb the picture that we just put in front of you. Do you want to live in that type of world, that type of environment, where you used to be top of the heap? You are like, humans is like 5 or 6 men. You know what I'm saying? When you count the clones, what are we going to do about them?
Good question.
We know they're out there. I think, I honestly believe that it's like a half and half thing. I think they got half real people that are just brainwashed going out and committing these mass murders. I also think they got closed doors too. Because if you look like look at the last one, look at his face. He has absolutely no expression. In every picture that they have of him, he has no expression on his face. And that's almost a possibility, man. So I'm thinking like he's either under the power, or he's fake with no soul. Which means they don't have a soul. That means they could be told and trained to just this is what you do. And there is no, hey, look, please don't. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, look, I got to know because I get this, so, man, we get fucked. And they're mingling in our society, man. They're in here. What do we do about them, man? Man, this is a scary place, man. It's like, I kind of do want to go somewhere else. So, I want to call you Elon Musk up, man, and ask him, how much did it cost again, bro? You know what it is, man. I don't know, man. It's just, you know. Yeah, but I'm gonna go, man, and let you get over somebody else. Man. I want to call you again, man. You know, I'm just glad to see you still out here doing it, and don't be discouraged, bro. Like I said before, man, you putting in, you doing the most highest work, man, and that's the roughest work in the world to do because it's a thankless job, bro. If I know you're not in here for it, but I'm just saying it. Like, if anybody's doing this, and they're doing it because they want credit and they want to feel good, pat on the shoulder, all that. No, that's not what this is about. It's a thankless job trying to wake up a world that is totally brainwashed, bro.
Well, I appreciate that, my brother. For real.
Yeah, I appreciate you more, man. Believe that, man.
You have a good night, and thank you for the call.
Yeah, you too. Stay strong.
All right, you too. Right. That was a great call. I think we can end it there. Shout out to all the people who joined us, to all the callers. And yeah, all these calls were great, man. He asked a good question, like, when are people gonna wake up and actually do something about it? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. And thank you for watching. Peace.